Good afternoon, this is Mark from Tetrakey and welcome to Tetrakey TV. This is number 76 of 260 that we are doing this year. I am recording this early because tonight it is impossible for both Rob and I to do a live session, so I can't get away with it because the blue skies behind me. 9 o'clock in Durban definitely doesn't have blue skies. So please have a look at the link on this Tetrakey TV live and download the book and let us know your thoughts. So for this one, I just want to sort of recap on probably one of the most critical points that we can think about and make in our business environment and our personal environment. And it really came out of last night. So last night I coached, and it is a new squad I've taken over this year, and we are doing things very, very differently than they're used to. It's creating a different environment, it's playing a completely different style of hockey, and it's I'm expecting very different things of them than they've ever thought about previously. Basically, I'm expecting them to think. I'm expecting them to look at the scenarios that are in front of them, look at the situation that's in front of them, and through the training that we do, make the right decision that's going to be for the benefit of the team. And what's really interesting was after the game, I never speak straight after a game, I always allow sort of emotions to come out of it. So 20 minutes, half an hour after the game, we were in the change room chatting, and we drew 1-1. And it was a good performance. It was a pre-season game. The result didn't matter at all. It was all about the process that we were putting in place. And I opened up the floor to the team in terms of what are their thoughts and feelings, what do they enjoy, what didn't they enjoy. And 6 players talked, and they talked about some tactical stuff, they talked about some technical stuff. But what was fascinating was what the underlining tone of the conversation was. And it all came down to, as an individual player in a team environment, you have to fulfill your job. You have to take individual accountability for what you are being asked to do. As an example, where we had 2 players playing basically next door to each other, not one of them took accountability in terms of where was the space on the pitch that they should go and fill. And they looked at each other. There was just an interesting underlying current that's gone through about the messaging. And again, it's been a 3 or 4 week, 4-week journey now that we started to change some things. And it was so pleasing that they were starting talking to each other and asking each other to step up their game, asking each other to think about what is their accountability on the pitch and what are they willing to do in order for the team to be successful. So let's think about that in our business context. Our business context is normally made up of more than one people. Even if it is one person, you still have an accountability to deliver on what you do for the benefit of your business and your customers. And if you don't take accountability, then things don't happen. Success doesn't happen. You lose. You lose money, you lose clients, you lose your reputation. You lose if you don't hold yourself accountable to what you're doing. Now, I don't believe too much in holding me as a coach or me as a business leader holding people below me accountable. It's not something I really buy into that much. The reason I don't buy into that is I don't want to be having a stick around people telling them you must. Because they may do it once, they may do it twice, but after a period of time they're going to get bored of the same conversation. They're not going to be motivated by doing it. They have to understand the collective success. They have to understand how their piece of the puzzle makes that picture complete. So do you really hold yourself accountable? Because if I as a coach am holding myself accountable and demonstrating the behaviours that I want to do, then other people will think and ask themselves where they're upholding their end of the bargain. So last night we were in the team in the change room, and each of us were talking about what our accountabilities were in those situations. And at the end of it, there was an agreement that we are only going to be successful if all of us deliver on what we're holding ourselves accountable to do. We'll only be successful if we all pull together and drive together in terms of the output that we want to achieve. So think about that in your business, and I ask you and I challenge you today to look about who's pulling their weight and who's not pulling their weight, and ask yourself, why are they pulling their weight and why are they not pulling their weight? Ask yourself, what impact is that having on you as the business owner, as the leader? Is it a positive, is it a negative, is it a neutral impact? If it's a positive impact, that's a bit of a strange place to be, and ask yourself why. If it's a neutral impact, then are there other opportunities for you to grow your business and perform to a higher level? If it's a negative impact, then you need to fix that. You need to fix that pretty quickly by maybe clarifying exactly what the accountabilities, what the expectations are of each other and of yourselves. Asking them what it is that they're going to do that's going to drive the performance out of them better. Asking why are they not doing it in the first place. It's all about asking questions and getting them to think about the answers and own the answers. If they own the answers, then they're more likely to stay true to the course and true to the journey. So I just want to talk about that accountability, and I want you to think about accountability tonight. Think about it over the weekend. Have a great weekend, and we will be in touch. Rob and I will be in touch next week from different parts of the globe again next week, so it's going to be very exciting. No idea when we're going to be next week, but we'll definitely be talking to you during the week. So have a great evening, a great weekend, and I'll speak to you soon. Good night.